Hey, welcome everyone. Welcome to the Marketing Virtual Events webinar with SDAR. My name is Melodie Tao with Marketing Melodie, Marketing Your Way to Success. I'm so excited to be partnering with SDAR for another wonderful webinar. Their goal is to provide you with as many educational resources as possible to grow your real estate business. And I'm honored to be one of their speakers and presenters to help you guys with that goal. If you are attending one of my webinars for the very first time, type in the chat box first. I would love to welcome you. A lot of you have been here before. I've been doing a series of webinars with SDAR and many of you are returning, but if it's your first time, type in the chat box first and then I will give you an extra special welcome. If you've been to my webinars before, as you know, I like to make them interactive. So I don't want to just be talking to you the whole time. So go ahead and make sure you utilize that chat box. I'll be asking a lot of questions for you to be able to answer and participate in. So hello to Eve, it's her first time. Lisa, it's her first time. Lou, it's his first time. Welcome everyone. Happy to have you join me, whether it's your first time or your fourth or fifth time seeing me on webinars. I always aim to provide topics that you can take away one or two things to execute for your real estate business. Wendy says first live webinar, but she watched all my webinars on YouTube. Yes, that's right. I always post the replays to YouTube. So if you haven't checked out my previous webinars, head over to the Marketing Melodie YouTube channel and you'll see the webinars on replay there. So let's go ahead and dive right into the presentation today. So first, I want to give you another warm welcome and a chance to interact and really be a part of this conversation. So we all know that right now, a lot of people are just zoomed out. People are sick of Zoom. They don't want to sit in front of the computer screen and they don't want to attend another virtual event. However, given the state of what's happening right now with the pandemic, virtual events are not going away. So I want to talk to you today about how to integrate virtual events into your marketing, in your business for real estate, and how to make them more fun and interactive so people will want to attend. One of the first things that you're going to want to do when you are hosting a virtual event is to create opportunities, just like I'm doing now, to have the audience interact with you. People don't want to just sit there and listen to you talk. They want to participate. So I'm creating a lot of interactive elements in this virtual event. And these are ideas that you can take to also integrate in what you're doing. So go ahead and type in the chat box again. I want to know, where are you tuning in from? I'm tuning in from my home office here in sunny San Diego. I'm in Mission Valley, so I'm very central. There are a lot of great developments and a lot of great things happening in this area. So where are you tuning in from? Let me know in the chat box and I'll read off some of the answers. Sales office in San Juan Capistrano, not too far. San Diego in Claremont Mesa, says Eve. From my surf shack in Baja. Oh, that's awesome. David's tuning in from Carlsbad. We have someone from La Mesa. Keller Williams El Cajon office, home office in Chula Vista. Here at Keller Williams, San Diego East Foothills in El Cajon. Spring Valley, Carlsbad, says Adam. And Little Italy, home office in Toronto. Oh, wow, we have someone international here. Home office in Southeast San Diego. I love it. The great thing about a virtual event is that you can reach people from all across the nation and all across the world. So it doesn't limit you from not being able to attend, even if you live far away. Hi, Carla from Southeast San Diego. Carla, we have not connected for a while either. So happy to see a lot of familiar faces here in the webinar. All right, next question. I want you guys to share with me, what was the last virtual event that you attended? The last virtual event that I attended was an event hosted by SCORE. They help business owners and provide a lot of resources for business owners. And it was an event where there was a speaker, and the speaker was talking about how public speaking can help you grow your business. And there was also a networking opportunity for us to connect with individual people in the webinar. Someone else says, let's see, the NAR Expo. Yep, a lot of expos are virtual now. Anyone else? Any other virtual events that you've attended recently? Stay connected to your customers through messaging today from Boost with Facebook. LA Times event last night. So there are Keller Williams Fall Masterminds this morning, says Kaylin. As you can see, there are an abundance of virtual events out there. Deirdre says KW Connect Book Club, All Compass Company event yesterday. So we are all attending virtual events right now. I want to know, have you ever hosted a virtual event? Tally Weber says Network Marketing Grand Summit for send out cards. Yes, those were the great cards she sent me. So have you ever hosted a virtual event? And if you have, what kind of event was it? Wendy says not yet. Lou says no. Lisa says no. I'm seeing a lot of no's, not yet. Virtual happy hours for the office. Those are definitely a fun event to host. So if you guys are interested in attending a virtual happy hour, you can talk to Kaylin and she can tell you all about working at her office. Deirdre says not yet. Bob has hosted a virtual wine tasting. So it looks like, oh, virtual open house. I love that, Wesley. I'm going to be talking about virtual open houses. That's one of the main events I'll be talking about today. So it looks like we have some people who have hosted virtual events before, some people who have not, but it looks like almost everyone has attended a virtual event. And that's going to keep happening. You're going to see more and more virtual events pop up. Now, even when things open up more and there are more live events, I guarantee you virtual events are going to still be popular because people are realizing that with a virtual event, it costs less money to host. You are able to invite more people and you're able to still create a personal experience if you follow some of these steps I'll be talking with you about today. So as you notice, I opened up this event by asking questions. It's always something you want to keep in mind. You want to ask your audience questions. So if you're hosting a virtual event, I highly recommend, whether it's a wine tasting event, whether it's a virtual open house, to kick it off by asking questions so people immediately feel that they're engaged in the conversation. All right, let's continue on. So I like to integrate social media into my virtual events. Social media is one of the best ways to spread the word. So if you are on social media, make sure you're connected with me. I'm Marketing Melodie on Facebook and Instagram. If you post about this event and if you're going to be using hashtags, if you're going to be posting on stories, on Facebook, make sure you tag me with the hashtag Marketing Melodie and my handle. So I will be able to share your content and share your posts with my network. Using social media and getting your audience to promote your event and share on social media is a great way to get more visibility for your event. And also the person who's posting, you get more visibility for yourself because a lot of times the event host will share what you're doing. So if you're looking to grow your connections, if you're looking to grow your network, especially in the real estate industry where it's so competitive, I highly recommend that you integrate social media directly into your events. I've done that a few other ways, which I will continue sharing as we move on to the presentation. So if you stay till the end, I'm going to raffle off a $99 credit to Virtuance to help you with your real estate photography. This is a company that I partnered with for different events I've been hosting, and they're always generous to offer me raffle prizes. So stay till the end, and I'll be offering a raffle for a $99 credit for Virtuance. Continuing on with our questions and interaction at this event. So you are in the right place if any of the following apply to you. So type in the number that applies to you or type in all the numbers if they all start applying to you. So if this applies to you, you're in the right place. You are interested in growing your database with qualified leads. How many of you are interested in doing that? Type in 1 if you're interested in doing that. I should be seeing a 1 from everyone. Who wants unqualified leads and who wants no leads? I hope the answer is no one. Everyone should be interested in growing their database with qualified leads. Now, here's what I mean by qualified leads. Qualified lead is someone who is actively expressing interest in your service. In this case, most people here are working in real estate. It's a buyer or seller or an investor who's interested in taking action, interested in moving forward, interested in buying a home or selling their home. So I'm going to continue on here. Type in number 2. If you have never hosted a virtual event before. I asked before, so I'm asking this again. How many of you have never hosted a virtual event before? Okay, so this is the right place for you to be because I'm going to teach you how to host your first virtual event. And number 3, how many of you have hosted a virtual event, but you want to know how to optimize it to grow your connections even more, to get more qualified leads, to really be able to integrate and grow your social media following, and really be able to take your event to the next level? So I see Kaylin and Bob are saying number 3. That's awesome. And I also want to ask, type in the chat box, I'm going to use specific examples, what you do for a living. Again, most of you work in some sort of real estate, but what your role is, maybe what the name of your company is. Just share a little bit about your company. Type that in the chat box. And I want you all in the audience here to read the chat box, see what other people are doing, and see if there's anyone that you might want to connect with that might help you as a partner, to network, to grow your business. I see Eve works in property management. So if anyone here is interested in learning about property management, or maybe they have clients that are looking to rent, Eve might be a good person to talk to. Alfred is a realtor, BCS Real Estate. We have new home sales and lending. Kaylin is a productivity coach and agent director services for Keller Williams San Diego East Foothills. I like that she's very clear on typing out exactly what she does. So if you're interested in that office, feel free to chat with her. Now, Deirdre works with Keller Williams as a realtor, but she's also a notary. So if anyone needs notary services, Deirdre, are you a mobile notary? I hear people needing that service a lot right now. You might want to be talking to Deirdre for notary services. We have Mortgage Mike here from Prime Lending. He's your local mortgage lender since 2003. So if any of you agents out there are interested in talking to a lender, Mike is a great person to talk to. Now, I will share something about Mike. Mike is amazing at using social media. Okay, so if you are an agent who wants a lot more social media presence and activity, I guarantee that if you work with Mike, he will blast your stuff all over social media. He's great about doing that. David's a real estate agent in Carlsbad. We have a real estate agent in different areas. And let's see, we have Lou, who's a broker for an independent real estate and business opportunities. And Mike says sharing is caring. So again, pay attention in the chat. If there's anyone who typed in there a service or something that you might be interested in, feel free to connect with them. You can send them a private message or just take down their contact info and message them after. With virtual events, you don't have that live networking opportunity. You don't have that face-to-face handshake. You don't have that opportunity to, oh, Adam says he owns a small PR firm. So if you're looking for any PR, Adam might be a great person to talk to. So because there's not that opportunity with virtual events for that live face-to-face networking, I highly recommend creating opportunities for your audience, for people watching your live stream or your webinar, to be able to network with each other, to create that community. So again, take a look at the chat and see what people are doing. Feel free to reach out to people. I've recently met people at virtual events because I take the initiative to network with people at the event. One way to network, you'll see I sent out an email before this, and I asked you to have a pen and paper handy, is to have a pen and paper and jot down notes for people who are chatting in the chat box. You might not be able to connect with Mike right away or Wesley right away, but go ahead and jot down notes so you can connect with people after the event. So this is just an hour webinar. I'm going to focus on teaching you a couple things you can execute right now. I love the word now because it stands for no opportunity wasted. So my goal is to have you leave this webinar with maybe 1 or 2 nuggets of things that you can start including in your business. It's not possible to teach you everything about hosting a virtual event, including how to integrate all the social networks, how to use your database, but maybe you can learn 1 or 2 ideas that will inspire you and motivate you to take the next step. So keep that in mind, because I don't want you leaving here and saying, oh, I don't know how to host a whole virtual event with 100 people and send it out to 1,000 people. That's not the goal. The goal is to learn 1 or 2 things that you can integrate, and it's to inspire you to start including this in your marketing. And it's also to have some fun for you to network and meet with other people here. I always like to find some quotes that I can integrate into my events. And this quote really stood out to me. It's, some people look for a beautiful place, others make a place beautiful. You're probably wondering, how the heck does this apply to a virtual event webinar? Now, when you're in a virtual event, that is the place that you need to take the initiative to make beautiful, to make interactive, to create an environment that people will want to watch and stay and participate in. So it's your job to do that. The things I'll teach you today will help you do that, including the things I've already mentioned, integrating questions, integrating opportunities for networking. Your job is to make people feel that comfort and that positive environment, just like they would if they were at an in-person event. Another quote that I love is, a goal without a plan is just a wish. I Googled this, I don't know who said it, but I want to share this goal because with every event that you're hosting, you need to have a specific goal for the event. Otherwise, it's pointless to host the event. Some goals that people might choose, and this is my goal, is to grow your database. So my goal of this event was to share this event with as many people as possible so I can have people in my database that I can market to after, to share my knowledge on social media, to share other free events I'll be doing, and to possibly have them sign up for my services. Because we all know that in the end, if you're not making any sales, if you're not selling homes, if you're not helping people sell their home, it really doesn't matter what you do. You need to generate sales and revenue for your business somehow. So have a goal on how you're going to do that. For me, this event is sponsored by SDAR, so they are hosting this. So my goal is not necessarily to sell you anything. My goal is to help them educate their audience. And then I've also chosen a personal goal to grow my database. Now let's talk about the types of virtual events. Feel free to type in the chat box some types of virtual events that you have attended, or you've attended or hosted any of these events that I will be sharing. The most popular type of virtual event for real estate is probably going to be your virtual tours / open houses done virtually. Has anyone ever hosted a virtual tour or an open house? You might not think a virtual tour is an event, but I'll share opportunities for turning it into an event that will help you capture more leads. So type in number 1 if you have hosted a virtual event. Oh, Carla says she's hosted a first-time home buyer seminar. I love that. And Carla, I was able to work with her on that, so I've had the honor of doing that. And Deirdre says she does virtual tours, so I love seeing that. Eve has hosted, looks like Eve's hosted some SDAR trainings. That's awesome. Virtual tours and open houses. Next type of virtual event that I'm going to share that you can use for your real estate business is educational webinars. So I love that Carla already shared that she's hosted a first-time home buyer seminar, because these workshops and seminars that used to be in person, we're now taking them online. And then how many of you have been to a virtual summit or hosted a virtual summit? Virtual summit usually involves more than one person presenting. So there'd be myself, there'd be 3 other people, 4 other people, and you have more people sharing their expertise and knowledge. Virtual summits, have you attended or hosted one? And then live streams. So live streams can absolutely be virtual events. This is when you go live on Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn, and you might just be chatting with someone. You might just be chatting and sharing tips and tricks, but that can be a virtual event that you set up in advance, that you set up a time for, you have an invite, and you get people to register. Caitlin says virtual summits, KW has been great about doing them for our events this year. Ivy says yes, virtual summits. Deirdre says I've done Facebook Live at open houses. So you can definitely combine the Facebook live streams with your open houses. Eve says this is the first interactive event I have attended. So I love that I'm making this interactive for you, and I'm doing this to also encourage you to make your virtual events interactive. People are sick and tired of jumping into a virtual event and literally watching someone speak for 30 minutes or an hour. Can you guys agree with me? People don't want to do that anymore. Type in, I agree, if you're sick and tired of going to events where you're just sitting in front of a computer and there's nothing else going on. All right, so now that we know about the types of virtual events, let's talk about the different tools we'll use for marketing, and then I will share some examples with you. As I share these, I believe this cut out for a second. All right, I think I'm back. I think we had a little bit of a glitch where it cut out. Let me share my screen again. This is what happens live sometimes. All right, can you guys see me and hear me? For some reason, there was either something that cut out. Maybe my daughter's downstairs unplugged the internet. I don't know, but it looks like we got cut out, but I want to double check that you guys are here and can see me and hear me. And I'm going to double check that we are recording. Back on, yes. All right, I'm back. We are still recording, so we're good to go. Now, this is what might happen at a virtual event. You might have technology failures. I was going to mention this later, but we had one on the spot, and I promise you I did not tell my daughter to unplug the internet, but she does that. How many of you are working at home with young children, or even kids that are going to high school or college? We all know that there's some challenges with that, and one thing is that my 2-year-old loves to unplug the internet when I'm on important calls like this. All right, can you guys see the screen again where it says tools for marketing? Are you guys able to see that? Great, looks like we are back in business. First thing you want to keep in mind when you are hosting a digital event is that you want to have people sign up through a digital registration platform. I see a lot of agents going live on Facebook for virtual tours and virtual events. However, they don't actually turn it into an event where they're having people register. The reason you want people to register, even if it's something casual, such as register here and you'll get a notification when I go live, you want people to register because you want to capture their email address. You make sure you are getting people to sign up so you have their information. I used to teach this for live open houses. If you were to host an open house and you're hosting in a neighborhood and you have people walk in and out and you're not getting their information, you're losing the opportunity. I go to open houses in my community just because I'm interested in seeing what else is available in my community. I've also been interested in investing in different properties around where I live. So there's an open house in my community. I walk right down the door, I go in, and I'm so surprised to see how many agents don't greet you at the door. They don't ask for your email, they don't ask you to sign in, and they just kind of say hello and let you walk around by yourself. Okay, that's the same thing in a virtual setting. If you don't capture someone's email and if you don't engage with them at a virtual event, it's as if you're ignoring the person walking in. Now, I know that when I go to an open house and that person ignores me, I'm not going to hire that person as my agent. I want someone inviting. I want someone who is able to interact with me. I understand if the agent's already talking to someone, but in that case, if you're going to have a busy open house, have another agent come with you to be able to let you know, hey, we'll get right to you, or have another agent teach you what else that you can see around the house or give you that tour. You don't want to have your prospects and customers feel ignored. I've also seen where if someone walks in with another agent, the agent who's hosting will ignore that person because they already have another agent. That's something you also never want to do because you never know if you can collaborate with the agent who's walking in. Maybe they have a need that you can fulfill. Same concept is what's going to apply with online. So here's what I mean by digital registration platform. That is something that you use to get people to sign up. It can either be a site, and I'm going to show you some examples later, such as Ticketly, which is what you all use to sign up for this event, or it can be Eventbrite or your company. I know some companies have their own registration platform where you can set up a place to register on your company website. So I know that that's something that some companies offer. You always want to have people register. Digital registration platforms are usually free unless you want to upgrade to different features, but you want to set it up, and I'll show you examples of how some agents have used digital registration platforms in the past. You want to utilize your email database. How many of you have an email database? This is a list of people on your email list. Let me know if you have one and also what email platform you use. I use MailChimp. It's a basic site and it's easy to use. How many of you are collecting emails and using an email database to market to people, whether it's a new listing, whether it's a sold, whether it's a buyer need? Let me know, yes or no, are you using a database? Someone says not yet. So I'm going to share with you now, if you want to make your virtual event successful, and if you want to, Claire says she uses TorchX, Bob says yes. If you want to grow your real estate business in general, you need to start collecting emails right now. Go through people that you've worked with in the past. Carla's using a CRM, and add people to your database. If you don't have one yet that you're signed up for, go ahead and make sure that you do that today. That's one of the things I want you to do today, is to sign up for your email database. All right, for some reason, it's saying that I've cut out again. I'm hoping you guys can all still hear me and see me. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna continue on. Next thing is video marketing. Now, if you've worked with me before, you probably know that I emphasize creating video content for your social media marketing, which is the next step. Video content is a great way to create a personalized opportunity to invite people to your event, especially if it's going to be something like a virtual open house that people might not normally attend, but you want to talk about the reasons to attend. Maybe you're going to be doing a giveaway. Maybe anyone who attends the open house is going to hear from a special guest. You want to let people know what you'll be sharing with them that's unique, and video is a great way to do that. And then, of course, social media marketing, because I specialize in helping companies and real estate agents with social media marketing. You want to utilize social media to promote your virtual events. You don't have to utilize every single site, but you do want to make sure that you are using some form of social media to grow and get visibility for your event. In this particular event, I shared it on Facebook. I had an event on Facebook. I posted it on my Instagram, my LinkedIn, and also my, I'm not going to post it on, I haven't posted it on YouTube, but it will be on YouTube after the event. So let's go ahead and have you all type in the chat box, what is your favorite social network? Not only that, type in the link of your favorite social network of your profile so other people can connect with you. Maybe it's your Facebook page, maybe it's your Instagram handle, maybe it's your YouTube channel. Type it in and we can connect with each other. Again, network with each other, meet each other, and make this event a place where you walk away from, where you're also meeting other people that you can have a connection with. So type in the chat box a link or your handle to your favorite social media platform that you're using right now. It doesn't have to be every single one, just choose one, type it in the chat box. So Claire Realty Services, that is her handle. I'm assuming that's on maybe Facebook or Instagram. And keep in mind, Carla Ruiz says Facebook. Keep in mind, Mr. Mike Francisco, because I see you on Instagram. If you like to see great, delicious food photos, follow Mike on Instagram. Alfred says LinkedIn. I don't remember the link. Well, type in your name that is on LinkedIn. Tally says Facebook. And you guys keep in mind, if you're interested in the chat, you can save the chat. When you type in, you'll notice there's 3 dots. You can click save the chat at the end, so you don't have to write down everyone's information. You can go back and you can scroll through and connect with people that you want to connect with. Also keep in mind, that means you don't want to type anything that's profanity or anything inappropriate in the chat, because your chat can be saved. Next thing I want to share is how to generate publicity. Now that you have the virtual event set up and now that you know how to market the event, how do you get more publicity from other people who are participating in the event? Speakers and sponsors. If you're hosting an event, make sure you heavily promote your speakers and sponsors. That way, they will more likely share your information and promote your real estate business. For example, if you have an event and maybe you're partnering with a lender or someone in escrow, make sure you're promoting their business, and in turn, they will promote yours. If you have someone who's a sponsor, so SDAR was a sponsor of this event, I talked to them in advance and we said, let's make sure that we both send out emails to our own databases. So you probably got an email. How many of you heard this event from SDAR or through me? Tell me in the chat how you heard about this event. I'm just curious. Whether it's through me or SDAR or somewhere else. Bob says my email, a lot of SDARs. Lisa says both. Wendy says from me. Callie says from me. So a lot of people heard about it through both, maybe just SDAR, but you want to have multiple parties promoting your event. That will increase the chances that you will get more visibility. So a lot of people heard about it through both, through myself and through SDAR. You want to engage your attendees. So you guys right here are my attendees. And the reason I shared my social media handle in the beginning was to encourage you to share what you're learning here and to tag me. And this lets other people see what you're doing. It lets other people know that you're attending. And it also increases visibility for everyone who's involved. So engage your attendees, get them to share on social media, and get them to participate in the conversation. So I'm logging into my Instagram right now, and I see Mr. Mike Francisco shared my event on social media. So thank you for that. It's on Instagram stories. I will be sharing that after. So now I'm promoting his business. So it's a win-win for everyone. Next, make sure you have a hashtag for your event. The hashtag for my event is Marketing Melodie. By creating a hashtag, people are more likely to see that it's one event. You have a place where people can click on to see all the conversations happening in that event. And it also helps people track conversations and things related to the events that you host. I see some people taking notes here, which I do love. I'm gonna grab a sip of water. Now type in the chat box if you have used a hashtag at an event before. Wendy says, do you recommend more than one hashtag? That's a great question, Wendy. I do not recommend more than one main hashtag for your actual event because that will confuse people on what hashtag to use, and that'll make it harder for people to search for the entire conversation. So I recommend sticking with one hashtag for every event that you host. I'm just using my general hashtag Marketing Melodie so people can click on it and see all the conversations happening. But if you have a summit or a one-time event, you can use a specific hashtag, and I only recommend using one. Now, when you're promoting the event, and if you're on, Eve says, I've never used Instagram and do not understand the hashtag. Okay, Eve, I'm gonna refer you to my Instagram webinar that I hosted with SDAR a few months back. I'll show you guys how to access it before. And they're all free, they're on my YouTube. If you connect with my YouTube channel, which is Marketing Melodie, and subscribe there, you can see my Instagram webinar that I did a few months ago. Deirdre says she uses Team SC Real Estate at their annual picnic, and the attendees use that hashtag to share photos. That's a great example. Thank you so much for sharing that. And Deirdre, I missed your picnic this year. So Deirdre hosts this wonderful picnic for her colleagues and clients, and she invites me every year, but this year, because of COVID, we didn't have that picnic, so I missed it. Because she's asking everyone to use that hashtag to share photos, now every time you click on that hashtag, you can see all the photos from their annual picnic. If you have more than one hashtag, it'll be hard for people to decipher what to use and what to share, what hashtag to share with. One thing that I recommend doing at your events is giving back. Okay, you can do that in a number of different ways. So one of the ways that I give back at my events is that I usually offer some sort of raffle, some sort of prize for attendees to win. I also usually offer some sort of free giveaway, which I'll share at the end as well. And I usually offer a promotion for only people who attend my webinars, if they want to work with me, that allows them to have some sort of promotion that they can't get anywhere else. These are things you want to keep in mind: giving back to your community and thanking them for being at the webinar, offering a promotion. Now, people who work in real estate, which is most of you, things that you can offer, maybe it's going to be a Starbucks gift card raffle or a Home Depot gift card raffle. Or another thing you can do is that if you are hosting a virtual open house and you get people to register in advance, you can say something such as, the first 10 people who register, I will be delivering a care package for you for you to attend the webinar. Maybe the care package has a glass of wine, or it has some notepads to take notes. And those people who register, the first 5 or 10 people, get that to their house. They can open it up and they can use those resources when they attend your virtual event. That's another way to make sure people are attending your event, is to give them something physical that they can use and open up at the event. I have seen people do virtual wine tastings. I heard someone say that. Let people know what wines they need to get beforehand, or maybe you're selling those wines, and during the event, have them open it up and participate that way. So there's ways to integrate tangible items in a virtual event. For a virtual tour, again, for example, maybe you're giving someone a notepad, or maybe you're giving someone a pen that looks like a key. Things like that are easy to do, don't cost a lot of money, but they make the event a lot more interactive. And right now, you're not having to spend money on all those signs and all the advertising for live virtual tours. So invest that money into creating a better experience for someone if you expect them to attend a virtual tour. Getting started. How do you get started on a virtual event if you've never hosted one before? First thing you want to do is establish your goal. What is your goal for the virtual event? Is it to get 20 people to see a home that you're selling? Is it to grow your database? Is it to be able to get more sponsors for something else that you're doing? Let me know what your goal is if you were to attend an event, if you have one. Now, right now, type it in the chat box. We can just brainstorm. If you don't know, doesn't matter. But what do you think a goal would be for you to host a virtual event for your real estate business or whatever business you are in? Type in the chat box. I'll read off some goals. I can share some examples of goals if you don't have one. So let me know, you guys, what is a goal that you might have if you're hosting a virtual event? It doesn't have to be a real estate event. And maybe it's something as a hobby. There was a book club someone was attending. There was a wine tasting. What would be a goal for you for hosting a virtual event? Maybe it's growing your social media presence. Alfred says good leads and increased database. Dottie says to network and establish relationships. Interested clients for my services. Absolutely. We all want interested clients. We all want good leads. I personally have not seen a lot of agents host virtual events. So if you do host one, that will definitely make you stand out. Bob says staying in touch with people because it's difficult to go to business mixers. Absolutely. I used to go to at least one business mixer a month. I don't have that much time to attend a lot, but I would make it a point to put on my calendar to attend at least one in-person networking mixer a month. Now that goal is shifted where I make it a goal to try to attend one online networking opportunity per month. Next is choose one type of event to start with. Is it going to be a summit? Is it going to be a webinar? Is it going to be a tour? Is it going to be a live stream where you're sharing information on the fly? Choose the type of event that you want to start with and use that event and go with it. Don't worry about what events you're not hosting. Focus on one event and see if you are able to do that with one type of event. You don't have to do everything. Next, you want to create your marketing plan. I shared a lot of information on using social media, using videos, using your email marketing. Now you have to organize it and create a plan for how you will market the event. Once again, you do not have to be on every single marketing platform or tool or network. Maybe your plan is just to use Instagram stories and Instagram to promote your event. Maybe you want to send an email chain of people and you want to use an email to promote the event. Choose how you want to promote the event, plan it out, and then once you have the actual event, you can follow your plan. If you don't have a plan, you're going to be stuck wondering what to do and how to promote the event. So make sure you have a marketing plan. Now let's do a quick recap, and I'm going to share some real live examples. If anyone has been to a virtual event, that they felt was run really well, put the link in the chat and I will pull that event and I will share that event as well. We talked about the types of virtual events that there were. We talked about the tours, the summits, the webinars. We also talked about the tools for marketing. First, using a registration platform so you can collect emails, so you can make it into more of a professional type of event rather than just, hey, join me live on Facebook and not having people sign up and not having any reminders go out. We also talked about how to generate publicity. And I'm gonna now go into my examples. If you have examples, again, feel free to pull them up in the chat. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna pull up the examples. So this first example is from a real estate organization. It is the Asian Real Estate Association of America, San Diego. This is a virtual summit that I personally participated in. So I wanted to share this event. I thought it was run really well. I was a speaker for this summit. This is the Social Media Summit 2020, How to Win in a Quarantine World. So as you can see, it obviously was hosted during quarantine in June. So they're using Eventbrite as their digital registration platform. Eventbrite is a free tool you can use, and because they're using this, people have to put their information to register. They put in their email address or their phone number, and now they get to capture all that information. Most of the people who register for this are going to be people who work in real estate, and that's who they're targeting because they want realtors and their affiliates to be a part of their organization. If you read about their event, you can see that they describe the event and then they also share the different speakers. So here you can see I was in a panel discussion and then I was one of their keynote speakers on social media. They had another panel discussion and then they had a closing keynote speaker. So they list the information on who's going to be there, and they feature different professionals who either work in real estate or can help realtors. So this is a summit, and this is, you can see they created a digital registration platform for this summit. Next event I'm going to share, Carla says she attended that event. Awesome. So I'm happy to see a lot of people are seeing these virtual events and attending. This is a virtual open house that was hosted, where did it go? That was hosted by Dave O'Leary. He is a broker associate at eXp Realty. And I want to show you this open house because of the way he structured it. He did not just post on Facebook and say, hey, come to my virtual open house. He had a specific time. And he also, as you can see, said, check out the video, which is using video marketing, then register for the live virtual tour on Sunday at 2 p.m. So he has a video promoting the event and he has a specific time for you to join. And he says, a link will be emailed to you shortly after registration. And here is the link. The reason I love this is because he gets people to sign up. So now you're getting their email address. Dottie says, how do you find some of these events? You can find these events on Facebook events. You can find these events if you're involved in different associations. You'll get emails for them. I know if you're an SDAR member, they send out emails on their newsletter, which has all the events. They also send out dedicated emails. I believe they sent one out for this, where they have specific educational events. So there's many different ways you can find the different events. Now here, you click on this link and it takes you to a place to register with your email and your phone number. And then there's also another video that's a sneak peek of the virtual tour here. So if you are hosting virtual tours and virtual events, make sure you turn it into an event that will entice more people to sign up. All right, next example here. This is an event, another event that I spoke at recently. It was a webinar style slash summit. And this is an event where it was an organization that wanted to educate people on a specific topic about branding and marketing. So one thing that they did that I'm going to recommend is that they created an event flyer, which you see here, and they encouraged their attendees to share the event flyer. if you are going to have an event and you have speakers and sponsors, create something that they can easily share on social media. Make it easy for people to share, and they're more likely to do so. And the next example of another virtual event, this is, let's see, this is one from Mike, who I'm not sure if he's still in the webinar. I can't see all the attendees right now, but this is an example of a live stream that he did that he's featuring. Oh, let me go ahead and refresh this. I might need to go on his Facebook page to find the video. It looks like it ended and it turned into another video. All right, so I'm gonna go on his Facebook event. This is an event that Mike did, and it was featuring another real estate agent. So you can feature people on your events. By doing so, we mentioned before, you'll get more visibility and publicity for everyone at the event. So as I'm pulling that up, I want you to type in the chat box how many of you are able to think of an event that you might want to host now that I've given you more examples. Facebook.com, let's see. All right, so it's not pulling up right now. I'll try that again later. But I was trying to showcase an event that he was at where he was featuring another real estate agent. Let me try one more time. And as you are doing that, feel free to chat with other people in the chat box. Okay, here we go. So this is Mike's page for his business's lending page. If I go over to his videos, now this video that he hosted here is the one that I want to showcase. He can easily turn right here. It's a featured video. So thank you for making it easy for me. He's featuring a realtor and they're chatting back and forth, talking about the Hawaii real estate market. Now, if you're going to be doing something like this going live, I don't know if you did this, but you can turn it into an event where people register for through a Facebook event, through a LinkedIn event, if you do LinkedIn Live, or through a registration platform if you want to capture those emails. So many different ways to turn what you're doing into an actual event to make it have more importance, to make it have more visibility for your company and other people that you're featuring. So those were just 4 different examples I shared with you. I would love if you guys start doing virtual events, send me the events so I can use them for future webinars that I host as examples. Let's get back to the slide deck, and I'm going to do a quick things before we wrap up. I know that we are almost out of time, and I want to respect your time at the event. So a couple things. As a thank you for attending, I'm going to offer you my bonus courses. I have a course on marketing virtual events and on newsletters, and you can find these courses on LinkedIn Learning. If you are a premium member, you get access to all these courses for free. Now, this marketing virtual events course goes much more in depth into what you can do specifically based on what we talked about today. So today, again, it was more to inspire you to get ideas, but this course is a 30-minute course and it goes into much more detail. To access my courses for absolutely free, they are, I believe, are $30 if you are not a member. If you are a member, it's free, but you can get them free if you just add me on LinkedIn and send me a message saying you want my course. And I'll send you a free link. You have 24 hours to watch it for free. That's plenty of time to finish the 30-minute courses and take notes and integrate things. I will share a secret with you that I like to do to get through courses faster. There is an option, if you're on LinkedIn or even on YouTube, to click right here, this little gear icon, and you can watch the video in a faster speed. Has anyone ever done that? Has anyone ever watched videos on faster speeds? So that way I get through the 30-minute course in, say, 20, 25 minutes. This is only if you can listen to people talk fast, but has anyone ever done that before? I'm curious because I always like to watch my training videos in a faster speed, and I know that not everyone knows to do that, but that's just something that I personally like to do. Wesley says all the time, such a great hack. When he says, yep, it's the best. Happy to see that some people know about that hack as well. If you didn't know about it, now you know about it. Now, type in the chat box if you have any questions. I'm going to keep chatting and sharing some opportunities, but if you have questions, I will answer them at the very end. Type that in now. Dottie says, where is that? So usually when you're watching a video, if you click on the little settings, it's usually a gear icon. It's like a little circle. You can click on it, click on that, and then you will be able to choose the speed to watch the video in. I should do a whole nother webinar on different online hacks. But if you can't find it, reach out to me and I'll show you where that is. Questions in the chat box as I continue chatting with you here. If you are interested in additional help and one-on-one information and one-on-one help, I offer custom laser marketing sessions. A lot of people here have taken me up on this offer and they have participated in these. I can help you optimize your profiles. I can help you create content ideas. I can help you create a strategy for generating more leads, and I can help you set up your own virtual event. This is a service that I offer through my company. You can go on my website to find out information about that. However, I'm also right now offering a Black Friday special, and that's going to be a group session where we do a planning session for 2021 social media content. So in the 1 hour session, we will plan out all your content for 2021. You get 2 laser marketing sessions, and you also get that access to my marketing courses beyond the 24 hours. I'll give you additional access to my courses if you can't finish them in time. This is $4.99, but for people who are in this webinar today, you get it for $3.99 because you are special, and I want to thank you for attending. If that's something you're interested in, message me after. You can also go on the link here to check out the information on that special. Remember, everyone pays $4.99, except if you're in the webinar, you pay $3.99. You get 2 custom sessions, and you get the 2021 planning session, which is going to make your life a lot easier if you are going to be integrating virtual events or social media into 2021. And Wendy says, is there any one-on-one option with you? Yes, the laser marketing sessions are one-on-ones. So those are one-on-ones. Lou says, what photography equipment do we need to use to make videos? I'm going to defer you to another one of my webinars that I talked about equipment with. That's going to be on my YouTube channel. So what I'm going to do, because I'm throwing out so many resources to you guys right now, and we're almost running out of time, I will send you a follow-up email with all the resources that I recommend, and I will also send you a link to the video equipment that I recommend. All right, so now that you have stuck with me and that you are here and you stayed the whole time, I'm going to do a raffle for a $99 credit to Virtuance. So how many of you want to win? Type in, I want to win in the chat, and everyone who types that, I will choose the winners from that, because that makes me know that you're still here and that you're still watching. So anyone who types in, I want to win, I'm going to choose that now. All right, so I'm going to give you a second to type that in, and then I'm going to go ahead and close my eyes, and I'm going to choose a winner from here. So I'm closing my eyes, I'm scrolling through all of these, and the winner is, I open my eyes, and the winner is Adam Norbert. Adam Norbert, you are the winner. So Adam, I'm going to have you go ahead and send me an email or a message, and I will reply to you on how to redeem the prize. If you didn't win, Virtuance is also offering a 15% off discount code to everyone who is attending this webinar. So Adam, actually, if you wanted to, or all of you, want to take a screenshot of this page, Nina is the person who's going to be giving you your prize. So Adam, I'm going to take a photo of your email just so I have that there. I'm going to connect you with Nina. She will be giving you your prize. And if you want that discount, either use this barcode to scan or contact Nina or go to the site, and she will give you a discount if you want to use Virtuance for your real estate photography. So congratulations to the winner. Congratulations for all of you for making it through the webinar. Dottie says Virtuance is awesome. I won one of their packages, and Nina is amazing. Yes, and Dottie, I believe you won that in one of my previous, that must have been a live event, and it may have been a live event when you won that. So as I wrap up, keep in mind, connect with me in any way that you would like. My Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube under Marketing Melodie. YouTube, I'm going to encourage you to subscribe. That's where you can access all of my past webinars. You will also see videos with my family and my kids as I use it for personal videos as well, but I also post all my professional business videos on YouTube. So go ahead and make sure we connect there. And that's it. Thank you all so much. If you have any more questions, I'm going to scroll through to see if anyone had any questions, but that wraps up our webinar, and we are a few minutes under, which means, again, I'll stick around for any questions that you have, and I'm going to go ahead and put up my contact information here as well. So if you haven't, you can unmute your mic if you want to jump in and just ask any questions here at this last part. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining. Melodie Tao here with Marketing Melodie, Marketing Your Way to Success. This is our webinar with SDAR, and I will see you in the next one, and I'm going to be here for extra Q&A. Okay, so I see some people logged off, some people are still on here. If you're still on, feel free to unmute your mics here and ask any questions that you would like. All right, so the people who are still on, do you guys mind turning on your camera possibly? I want to do a screenshot of everyone attending the webinar. If I see most people are camera shy today. Let me know if you can turn on your cameras, and I'm going to do a little screenshot. All right, awesome. More people are turning in their cameras. Smile. Oh, I see someone's desk here. All right, so more cameras are on. Let's see if we can get you can see this glare here. All right, I took a screenshot of the screen. So any questions, anyone? Again, you have me for another few minutes before we go to the top of the hour. And if not, I'll be emailing you information on any of the specials we talked about, any of the free resources. And I hope you will sign up and share my webinars with your friends in the future. All right, who's still on? We have Tally, Daryl, Mohammed, Dottie, Kim. Any other questions? Okay, everyone, that wraps up the webinar. Once again, Melodie Tao here with Marketing Melodie, Marketing Your Way to Success. We are going to wrap up this webinar with SDAR. Thank you all so much for attending. Bye-bye.